Dear students, welcome to session 3 of Unit 4. In our previous sessions, we explored what organizational culture is. In this session, we will discuss about resistance to change and strategies for overcoming it, and we shall also discuss about leading change in the digital age. Let's begin to understand the basic concept relating to resistance to change. Change is a paradox. It is almost always beneficial for the long term health of a company. Yet, it is notoriously difficult to implement. For an organization to survive, change must occur continually to adjust to dynamic forces like new competitors or sharing markets. However, we generally see resistance for two main reasons: social change, that is, how it affects our interactions, and the change in human relationships that occurs when technical systems are updated. Defining resistance. So, what does resistance look like? It is the act of opposing or struggling with modifications that alter the status quo. People resist when they perceive change as a threat. It's not always a vocal no. Resistance can manifest as increased absenteeism or requests for transfers, loss of motivation, and shoddy work quality. In extreme cases, strikes and resignations too. Categorizing the why, reasons for resistance to change. Resistance doesn't just come from one place, it happens at three levels: individual, organizational, and group. Individual, driven by habit, economic fear, or the fear of unknown. Organizational, stemming from existing power structures, rigid mechanistics, hierarchies, or a culture that isn't built for agility. Group, where group norms and groupthink can cause a team to collectively reject new ideas to maintain their current bond. The visual of resistance. This graphic illustrates the fundamental tension in many workplaces. On one side, leadership pushes change, while on the other, the workforce might push back to maintain the workforce comfort of what they already know. Understanding this tension is the first step to resolve it. Individual resistance deep dive. Let's look closer at the individual level. Fear of loss. Employees worry about losing their jobs or their status when new technology is introduced. Security. Those with a high need for security feel their safety is threatened. Status quo. Humans are creatures of habit. Change disturbs the existing comforts of our daily routines. Overcoming resistance, according to Kotler and Schlesinger. How do we fix this? Experts Kotler and Schlesinger suggest six basic key strategies. Education and communication explain the why before the how. Participation involve employees in the process so they feel ownership. Facilitation and support provide training and emotional support. Negotiation offer incentives to those losing out. Manipulation or co option bringing a resistance leader into the planning team. Coercion, a last resort, using authority through it often damages morale. The next model which we are going to discuss is about ADKAR Adker model, another powerful tool which tracks the five stages an individual must go through to successfully change: awareness of the need for change, desire to support it, knowledge of how to actually do it, and ability to implement the new skills. Finally, reinforcement to make the change stick long term. Let's answer the next question: how digital enablement in the enterprise is changing. Change in the digital age. Finally, we look at how digital enablement is accelerating change. We have moved from incremental change, centralized IT, to fastest change, where innovation is decentralized through network of excellence. In today's enterprise, competition is high, and the ability to adapt to cloud technologies and developer partners is no longer optional, it is a requirement for survival.